That tragedy has ties right here in the state line, and 13 WREX's Shannon Taylor spoke to a Rockford resident who used to live in Uvalde and shares his story on that day and 1 year later. Shannon.
The Cardenas family reflect back 1 year ago on that tragic event with heavy hearts as they think back on the hurt in their hometown. And 1 year later, that family tells us that the Uvalde community is doing everything in their power to seek justice for those lives lost.
The first thing you think of is, were there any family or relatives that were impacted? And the answer is no, so we were thankful for that. So you say, well, that's, thank God, but then you also think, you feel for the parents and the families who felt that tragedy.
Those same feelings are evident 1 year later for Armando Cardenas, who used to live in Uvalde before moving to Rockford in the 1960s. His alma mater, Robb Elementary, still holds a place in his heart as he thinks about his friends who lost their loved ones in a place he still calls home.
There are some people in Uvalde that are saying, well, you need to move on. Yes. And so how can you tell a parent who lost a child to move on? And so I say they still need a lot of support from the community.
Back in Uvalde, discussions on gun reform remain a top priority, and staying in contact with family, including his cousin and advocate, Lalo Castillo.
And they let us kind of know what's going on. And that's why Mr. Lalo Castillo, our cousin, he keeps us more up to date as to what's happening down there.
We got to sit down and speak with Castillo on the phone, who says parents are fighting for justice and demanding answers from the tragic event.
It's happening now, a year later after the shooting. What are parents kind of asking for, and then what are you also advocating for, in just a few words?
Yeah, just basically what they're asking for is the same thing that they asked immediately, and that was transparency. There's a lot of information that is being kept from the parents and the public, and that you know we need closure.
And Mr. Castillo is currently working with the Boys and Girls Club in Rockford to help with resources and educate the public on bringing more help to those suffering in Uvalde. Well, back to you.